Welcome to Bluebird Enterprises.
Alright, I apologize for the wait, everyone, but I've been a busy guy at work and doing things on the car. I'm definitely more ahead than it appears in this video, but here I am pulling the car to the booth, and a little trick I've learned is to use a jack to scoot the back end of the car over, but make sure during this process, don't get underneath it. Make sure no one is underneath it because it definitely could fall off. Alright, the wet sanding process. So, as you can see, I make sure that there's water on the sandpaper and use six or 800 grit to start out, and then move up through the grits to get kind of a smoother and smoother finish. It almost creates like a dull shine, so the polishing process doesn't take as long. Alright, so we got one side polished. Looks pretty freaking awesome. But it does have this rippling in it, which I'm not happy about, but I think it kind of is what it is. I'd have to put another coat of clear on it to make it right. I also freaking sanded through right here, or polished through, which sucks, but I think I can get this little, that touch-up gun I have and spray it in there. It should come out all right. Spray some clear on it as well, should be fine. This side I'm getting sanded. As you can see in the time lapse, it's definitely a good process, but we're getting her done. Guy's over there detailing, so that's the noise you're hearing. A little obnoxious, but neighbors are neighbors. Yeah, coming along. Alright, so I basically got all this orange peel sanded out on both sides. Looks freaking shiny. Looks pretty awesome. So I'm going to start peeling off the masking, and then I still got to polish up these doors, so that's kind of next on the docket. But I think I'm going to pull off the masking so it kind of looks like a car again. You can see this side came out pretty good as well. And then I should, once I get the doors polished, and then I'll probably work through polishing these fenders, and I think I'll do fenders, trunk lid, but leave the spoiler and the bumpers because they look fine. And then once that's all done, I'll freaking throw this thing back together. Pretty exciting. Alright, so I got all the masking off, made a little mess, but we got it kind of cleaned up. Looks good without all the masking on it. Definitely kind of looks like a car again, so I'm kind of fired up about it. So now next step is I still got to polish these lower spots on both sides, but the polish, it comes out pretty good once you polish it. And I think I still got to polish these this hood, trunk lid, fenders, and definitely these doors, so pretty wiped out from just polishing those quarter panels. So probably start tomorrow polishing those up, or sanding the doors, and then once it's all sanded, it's going to be kind of a marathon to put this thing back together. But I'm pumped up. It's going to be sweet. I also got an engine re-ring kit for this thing because it burns quite a bit of oil. And so I'm probably going to pull the head and try and leave the block in the car while I you know, we have a lift, so I think I'm going to put it up on the lift and try and replace everything with the engine still in the car. So that's going to be quite the project, and I'll definitely film that. Try and, you know, fill you guys in on how to accomplish that task, you know. So yeah, this thing has black interior. It's actually really clean. It's got like 200,000 miles, so not surprised that it burns oil. All right, so I stayed up a little bit late last night sanding this hood. I got it flattened out and buffed about half of it, but now I've been using the heavy duty compound to you know, do this first stage of polishing, and it looks pretty good. It's definitely kind of, you want to have a good light so you can see where you've kind of missed, because there's like dull areas if you've missed them. And then be real careful around the corners. Make sure you don't like catch a corner with the buffing wheel, because it'll take the paint right off. So I'll probably show you a little time lapse of putting this machine glaze on, and you'll see it's definitely, it's a process. So here goes. Alright, got this hood, the last coat of polish on there. It looks freaking awesome. Pretty sweet. There's definitely some scratches in here. I think I might have screwed up and got some like grit in the sandpaper while I was sanding. So if you are sanding, right, wet sanding, or really sanding in general, if you start hearing like a key, like scratching noise, then you want to wash the paper out or clean your paper, because you don't want those little pieces of grit, because they can put some pretty bad scratches in here. So just a little FYI. Now on to the trunk lid. So I'm hoping to get this trunk lid and spoiler like on the car, you know, over here. Put the weather stripping back in, put the latch on, and kind of put that thing together, because I think once that's on, you'll definitely see kind of from this view how it looks. And so the little spray bottle I'm using is just like dishwashing detergent and water, and that kind of gives it a little bit of a slippery surface and acts as a lubricant while you're sanding. So if you have an extra spray bottle and trying to do some wet sanding, put some dishwashing detergent in there, a little bit of water, and you'll be ready to go. Alright, trunk lid is buffed out and it looks freaking amazing. I tried this new pad on here. It's a more fine pad for the final buff with this VSS scratch and swirl. Oops, swirl remover. And it came out freaking amazing. Look at that. Yeah, looks good. So I'm gonna probably mount the spoiler on there, and I got these hinges back put up, so should be ready to accept the trunk lid. I gotta get this wiring back squared away, but I'm excited to see this thing with that trunk lid on there. Look forward to that. Alright, trunk lid looks freaking fresh on here. I love this view of the car. Looks freaking good. So all these freaking LEDs and this light still work. Looks freaking sweet. So now on to getting this door done. This door has so many runs in it. It's going to be a lot of work to sand out, but I got a new technique that I'm going to try out to get the runs out, and it should go smoothly. So wish me luck. All right, what is up, everyone? So got this door sanded. Looks pretty freaking good. I'm worried that I might have sanded through the clear. I don't know if you can see, there's like a little shiny spot right here, but I'm hoping I just kind of missed it with the sanding, but we'll see. Might have to put more clear on it, but hopefully not. So I'm gonna start buffing this. I don't know if it's that interesting, like the buffing process. I'm just, you know, you saw with the last little clip that I'm just kind of running it over it and just back and forth. It's not too entertaining. It's not really any live action going on, but I'll probably put in little time lapse. I might speed it up. So enjoy. Wish me luck. Time lapse got skipped. All right, hopefully y'all enjoyed that time lapse. As you can see, it's just kind of a monotonous process, just going back and forth with the buffer. It's definitely takes some time, but you know, the final product is definitely worth it. So these three frickin' products work great together. They're just kind of, so Evercoat and Chemical Guys, I don't know if I mentioned that already, but God, it just looks so good once you buff it all out. Like, I mean, it just looks like glass. And I definitely took my time trying to sand all the orange peel out of this, and as you can see, I didn't get quite all the orange peel out of this. I don't know if you can tell, but it's kind of got some like ripples in it, is what it looks like now. And I definitely want the whole car to look like this, because this looks freaking amazing. So once I put some wax on this as well, it's gonna look great. So yeah, on to the next door. All right, so I decided to kind of call it on this video. Don't want it to run on and on too far, you know, with kind of the same content over and over again. So I'm gonna split this up. So hope you guys enjoyed that video, and the main thing I'm hoping for is that you came into this video happy and you left a little happier. Thanks.